Some weapons are designed to win wars. This one was built to make sure wars against America never even start. For 7 minutes in October 2024, the most guarded secret of the United States military was exposed to the entire world. 7 minutes was all it took to prove that the age of conventional invasion of the North American continent is over. Forever. This is the complete, unfiltered story of Aegis X, the autonomous, multi-layer, preemptive defense shield that the Pentagon never wanted you to know existed. October 17, 2024, 03:1407 M Eastern Time. A junior cloud engineer at the U.S. Space Development Agency runs a routine update script. One misplaced comma in a 400-line Terraform configuration flips an Amazon S3 bucket from private to public. Bucket name: SDA-X Phase E, Integration 2024. Size 43.7 gigabytes. Classification level TS, SAP, no foreign, higher than most nuclear weapons files. For exactly 420 seconds, the door was wide open. Automated crawlers in Estonia, Japan, Brazil, and a university in New Zealand detected the anomaly and began mirroring. At 03:21:07, the bucket vanished again. But the damage was irreversible. By sunrise, encrypted torrents were circulating on private defense intelligence boards. By noon, analysts who had spent their lives studying black projects were staring at their screens in stunned silence. Because inside those 43 gigabytes was the entire 7-year development history, budget, test footage, and deployment schedule of a system officially labeled Strategic Defense Array, Experimental. Street name among the few hundred people cleared for it: Aegis X. Aegis X achieved initial operational capability over CONUS on 4 September 2024. Full operational capability with 99.7% intercept probability against all known threat vectors, 31st December 2025. Translation: as you are watching this video right now, the continental United States is already protected by an active shield that can kill any missile, aircraft, drone, or hypersonic weapon long before it comes close. To understand why Aegis X exists, travel back to a windowless room inside the Pentagon in March 2022. Wargame Pacific Storm 2022, the most realistic simulation the US military had ever run. Blue Team, United States and allies. Red Team, a peer adversary with 2028 level technology. Within the first 11 minutes, 2 carrier strike groups sunk by hypersonic anti-ship ballistic missiles. Guam's airfields turned into craters. Every major GPS and communication satellite blinded by Chinese anti-satellite weapons. Swarms of $20,000 drones overwhelming billion-dollar air defense systems in Alaska. By hour 72, the simulation was terminated. The United States had lost the ability to project power anywhere in the Western Pacific. Worst of all, the continental United States itself was wide open to follow-on strikes. The final after-action report was only 12 pages. Page 11 carried one line that sent chills through the building. Without a revolutionary leap in active defense, the homeland will be defenseless against saturation and hypersonic attack by 2027. That single sentence green-lit the largest black budget program since the Manhattan Project. Aegis X is not one system. It is 4 separate technological revolutions, fused together by an artificial intelligence that terrifies even its creators. Pillar 1. The Orbital Starshield Laser Constellation, 648 microsatellites launched in complete secrecy between March 2020 and July 2024. Many were hidden as failed Starlink satellites or rode as secondary payloads on SpaceX missions that never appeared on public manifests. Each satellite is 1.2 meters long, weighs 260 kilos, and carries a 150 kilowatt solid-state laser using gallium nitride technology developed at Livermore National Laboratory. From 480 kilometers altitude, these lasers can deliver a focused beam that raises the temperature of a missile nose cone to 2,400 degrees Celsius in 0.7 seconds, while the missile is still climbing through enemy airspace. No explosion, no debris, just a multi-million-dollar rocket that suddenly falls apart like wet cardboard. Pillar 2. the stratospheric Raptor X, autonomous fleet 144, unmanned aerial vehicles that have not touched the ground since 2023. Wingspan 82 meters, empty weight 1,800 kilos, payload 2,200 kilos. Powered by thin-film solar cells and hydrogen fuel cells, they cruise at 27,000 30,000 meters, 90,000 100,000 feet for up to 9 months. Each Raptor X carries 8 Black Spear boost glide interceptors capable of Mach 12 plus and 360-degree maneuverability. When Minotaur gives the order, a Raptor X folds its wings, dives almost vertically, reaches Mach 9 in the stratosphere, and destroys its target with a hit-to-kill kinetic warhead. One of these drones, callsign Valkyrie 09, is rumored to have performed the first combat interception in November 2024. Pillar 3, the Sea Dragon Containerized Launch Network, 3,012 standard 40-foot shipping containers dispersed across the United States, Canada, and allied nations. Externally indistinguishable from the 180 million containers that move globally every year. Inside each, 32 vertical launch cells containing either the new SM-9 Block II ultra-long-range missile or the classified X-77 Aegis Ascent tungsten rod bundle. These containers are pre-positioned in commercial ports, truck depots, even Walmart distribution centers. When activated, hydraulic roofs open in 9 seconds and missiles climb to 150-kilometer altitude in under a minute. The enemy never knows where the counterstrike will come from. Pillar 4, Minotaur. Quantum-assisted predictive battle AI physical location. A new 40,000 square foot hardened data center 400 feet beneath Cheyenne Mountain, completed in 2023. Hardware: 28 IBM NVIDIA quantum hybrid superclusters cooled to 4 Kelvin. Training data: every battle, war, and terrorist attack since 1914, plus real-time feeds from NSA, NRO, commercial satellites, undersea cable taps, and social media sentiment analysis. Minotaur does not wait for a missile to launch. It looks for intent. Unusual submarine patrols, encrypted burst transmissions, fuel depot activations, even generals' family members suddenly leaving capital cities. When the calculated probability of attack crosses 68%, Minotaur is legally authorized to act autonomously. No human in the loop. Decision to kill latency: 180 milliseconds. At or 4:47 UTC on November 11, 2024, 6 hypersonic test vehicles were launched from 2 submarines in the Philippine Sea. Official U.S. statement the next day: "We monitored a routine foreign missile test. No threat to the homeland." The classified truth is very different. All 6 vehicles were destroyed. 4 by orbital laser satellites, silent, invisible, no debris. 2 by Raptor X drones diving from 92,000 feet. Total engagement time: 47 seconds. Debris fell into the Pacific more than 200 kilometers from the California coast. Beijing and Moscow understood the message immediately. The shield is already active. America has become the first nation in history whose homeland is effectively invulnerable to conventional military attack. Russia has tripled its anti-satellite missile deployments. China has announced the creation of a space offensive strike force by 2028. Europe is quietly negotiating to be placed under the Aegis X umbrella. The era of invading the United States is over. The era of trying to blind, hack, or electronically paralyze the shield has begun. One nation now holds a shield no army can breach. The rest of the world must now decide: live in the shadow of an untouchable superpower, or find a way to tear the sky itself apart. You just watched the future of warfare, and it is already here.